He is a Grammy award-winning rocker known for his ace guitar skills. His band is getting ready for a special concert, as we said, tomorrow night in Houston. But first, where else should he stop by other than right here, Houston Live? We want to welcome Chris Perez to Houston Live. Where are we coming from?
There he is.
Woohoo! Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Come on out. Look, Tex is saying hi to you.
Tex is saying hi as well.
Yeah.
I love dogs.
I know. Isn't he cute?
Yes, very, very.
So cute. Welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having me.
We love having you here, and welcome back to Houston.
Well, it's good to be back. It's been a while, but you know, we're looking forward to playing. So
yeah, so you've got your big show tomorrow night, Warehouse Live.
Yes.
And we know that you've got some tickets to give away. We're going to talk about that. You're going to do something on social media, right?
Right.
I mean, where do we start with you, Chris? You know,
it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. And you just had a big birthday.
I did. I turned 50. You know, it took me. I'm still getting used to saying, saying that.
Hey, man, 50's the new 30.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. You know? There's a lot of good stuff going on, and I'm always busy, and you know, I guess the music keeps me young.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, was it a weird? I remember. I think my 9s were a little bit more difficult for me. So like 29.
Yeah.
I was more difficult than 30. You know what I'm saying? So was it 49, or were you like, you know what, I'm into it? 50, I'm embracing it.
I'm still getting used to it.
Okay.
To be honest with you, you know, but I'm getting used to it. That's the good news. You know, it was that day going into it, like you said. It's just like, here we go. You know.
Right. Because I think we remember, like growing up, we thought like 50.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it changes.
Ancient.
Anything. Yeah. Well, it's one of those when you now, if somebody says something about, oh, well, that happened back in 1998, you're like, oh, that was just a few years ago.
Right.
Yeah. Wait a minute, that was 20 years ago now. I do that every day.
I know. It's so hard. And then also you're a dad. You have 2 kids, right?
I have 2 kids, yeah. My daughter's 20, my son's 14, and that has been like, you know, that's my favorite thing, you know, is to be hanging out with them. But yeah, my daughter just finished school. She's into beauty and the makeup and stuff like that. And just to see her, I mean, that was difficult though. You know, the parents out there is like, I've been through a lot of stuff as most of us have in life, but that day that she's like going out on her own, you know, I was that guy going into her bedroom and like opening and closing the blinds and looking out the window and looking at the carpet where the bedpost used to leave the indentation marks on there, and I was like, golly, man. It was
I know.
But I got over that part, you know, and now she calls me all the time. She left me letters over the house, you know, so that you know, for when I miss her. Yeah. And so for those first few weeks, I was just like walking around. I was a mess.
Oh, that's so touching. I love that. Okay, we've got to talk about Selena, of course. You first met each other in 98. I don't know why we're talking about 98, right?
88, it looks like.
Or 88.
Oh, yeah.
88, sorry. Late 80s, yeah. I had 98 from your conversation. Look at that photo.
Yeah, that was at
Thanks for sharing that.
one of my best friend's houses back in San Antonio. Yeah, we were just hanging out. It was a trip, you know, back then, like living the dream for me, because not only was she an amazing person to be able to spend time with her like that, but as a musician as well, like to be able to work, you know, with her, and then she was so cool in the spotlight and just handling different situations, whereas I was more at the time introverted, and you know, if you know me, I'm a different person, but you know, going out into the public or whatever, I kind of, it takes me a while to come out, so she would cover that for me, you know, and then just to be in the back and watch her every night was amazing. Hear her sing and watch her do what she did, and I just got to kind of kick back, you know, and play guitar and help songwrite and be a part of a sound. And for me, that was where all the fun was at, you know. You
know, what's so great, I think, is, you know, even just hearing the music today, or even knowing your story, right, the love story. Now you have a 14-year-old daughter. I think the legacy of her and continuing to live on, that even these young people, her music is still alive, her vibe is still alive.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that completely caught me off guard, you know, because we worked so hard and left some really good music, you know, but at the time when everything happened and, you know, the tragedy where she's no longer with us, I mean, at that point, it was like, what are we gonna do? Where am I gonna go, whatever, but then her fans stepped up and she's become this icon and what she represents, you know, to not only the Latin world, but in general. You know, I've met so many people from all over different parts of the world that, you know, have been, the mark that she's left has just been unbelievable.
I agree. I agree for sure. And I love all these pictures and following you on social media.
Yeah, that was the other day.
Yeah. Well, you're funny. I mean, I know you call yourself an introvert. I mean, you're funny. You connect with your fans on social media, and I think that's what's so great about that platform, right?
Yeah. For sure.
And how cool for you to take the stage tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, it's my favorite part, you know. Again, it took some getting used to be put in the position of being band leader and things like that. And at first, you know, it's a real daunting task because, again, I was used to just being a piece of something as opposed to now where it's like
running everything.
Yeah, I get to, you know, it all falls on me at the end of the day. So, but you know, it's gotten to be like I've learned so much in the last 20 years for sure. Being on the road, playing with some great musicians, touring with awesome bands that I'm a fan of, and it's just been I'm in a happy place, you know, and I cannot wait to play here tomorrow. We had a rehearsal last night. It was a brutal drive-in because we left kind of late, San Antonio, but I'm excited, you know.
I feel like something, you know, as I mean, one, I can't play music to save my soul, but I've always been impressed by folks that can and have the ability to do that. Not only that, Chris, but the fact that you've been doing this now professionally for decades, and that people still come out and listen. You still get that fire when you go out in front, no matter how many shows you've done. As soon as the lights go up and everybody's checked and ready to go, you still get that little hit, like, let's go.
Yeah, it's kind of like there's so much emotion and everything that comes with it. Some stress, you know, some like aha moments or whatever. But you know, a lot of people have told me like they're super nervous before they go up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And with me, it's like kind of the same thing until like maybe 10 minutes before we go up, and then you just leave it all on in your dressing room or wherever it is and be like, I've prepared as much as I can. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. So to remind myself, like, enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because you're doing what you love.
Yeah.
You know, and if you didn't have sort of that fire in the belly, then there would be a problem. But you still get nervous, you get the butterflies. Let's talk about the new projects, of course, the Texas tour, and then a new documentary coming out based on your life?
Yeah, we're working on that. We're really close to getting it done. We have some meetings set up for early in the week, and things have been really picking up.
That is
now
awesome.
that I have decided to kind of come back as the solo artist and whatever, because for a long time I was doing a lot of session work with a lot of people that we've heard of, and you know, and it's what I love to do. But I decided, you know what, I want to get back out there on the road and create some new music. And there have been some projects that have presented themselves, one being the documentary, which I get to play all new original music, and of course some of the older stuff. And then like there's some hot sauce stuff that might be coming out that we're talking about. So, and, you know, because of the movie and things like that, I've kind of you know, but
people know that you love that. Okay, guys, listen, Chris is going to stick around, and speaking of the hot sauce, we're going to put him to test with some rapid fire questions and also a special challenge coming up. We're also going to tell you about how to win some tickets potentially, so you got to listen on how to do that. Stick around.
Not going anywhere.
We'll be right back.
be here.
So glad you're here. It's all